Welcome to question 11 of the 2007 Mathematical Methods Exam 1. In this video we will be looking at the solution and examination advice for this question. A reminder that this video is in no way endorsed by VCAA. So there is a daily flight from Paradise Island to Melbourne. The probability of a flight departing on time given that there is fine weather on the island is 0.8, and the probability of the flight departing on time given that the weather on the island is not fine is 0.6. In March, the probability of a day being fine is 0.4. Find the probability that on a particular day in March. For part A, we want the probability that the flight from Paradise Island departs on time. So to help answer this question, we're going to use a tree diagram where we're going to have it is fine weather on the island, or it is not fine weather on the island, and then the plane departs on time, or the plane does not depart on time. And the same for down here, it departs on time or it doesn't depart on time. Next we have that in March the probability of a day being fine is 0.4, so we can put this down, and I'm going to put it as a fraction as 2 over 5, meaning that this would be 3 over 5. Next we know that if the weather is fine, then there is a 0.8 chance of the flight departing on time. So if it is fine, there is a 4 over 5 chance, or 0.8 chance, that it will depart on time. That means there would be a 1 in 5 chance that it doesn't depart on time. And finally, given that the weather is not fine, the probability of it departing on time is 0.6, which is 3 out of 5, and this branch then would be 2 out of 5. So if the flight is to depart on time, there's only 2 branches along here. This one that it is fine and it departs on time, and the chance that it is not fine but it still departs on time. So therefore, the probability of it departing on time is equal to 2 over 5 times 4 over 5, and that represents the multiplication along the yellow branches. And then we add on to that the green branch, which is 3 over 5 multiplied by 3 over 5. So that is the multiplication along the green branches. If we evaluate that, we have 2 times 4 is 8 over 25, plus 3 times 3 is 9 over 25, and now we have a common denominator of 25, that is equal to 17 over 25. So that is the answer for part A of this question. So around 50% of students got full marks for this question, and common incorrect responses included putting the wrong probabilities along the branches, or just taking one branch to obtain 0.8 times 0.4 is 0.32. In particular, multiplication of decimals was not well done by students, and that's why I chose to use fractions on the previous slide. For part B, we're asked to find the probability that on a particular day in March the weather is fine on Paradise Island, given that the flight departs on time. So that is a conditional probability, so we are asked for the probability that the weather is fine, given that it departed on time. So that is equal to the probability that it is fine intersecting that it left on time, divided by the condition, which is the probability that it was on time. So the intersection of the probability that it's fine intersecting that it was on time is the branch in yellow. And then on the bottom, that's actually our answer from part A. So this is going to equal the 2 over 5 times 4 over 5, which is 8 over 25, divided by our answer from part A, which was 17 over 25, if you remember. So that was the probability that the plane departed on time. Now instead of dividing by fractions, it's often easy to multiply by the reciprocal, so we can have 8 over 25 times 25 over 17, which is equal to 8 divided by 17 when we simplify it. So that is the answer for part B of this question. So this was a poorly answered question in this exam, with many students obtaining no marks and only 20% of students receiving full marks. Again, students struggled with conditional probability despite copying out the formula from the formula sheet. Students did not apply their own values to that correctly. Common responses included the probability of t given f, so the probability it was on time given it was fine, times the probability of f, or the probability of f over their answer to part A. which were both incorrect. Quite a few students didn't use their previous answers at all, and in this case we actually found in part A a useful answer that we could use in the subsequent question.